Hello there, everybody. I'm Mr. Game & Pie, and this is Let's Play Sonic CD Part 7, the finale. And I have my co-commentator again.
Yay, Austin's here, I think.
Yes, and the reason why George isn't here is because we had to sacrifice him to the Let's Play gods.
Apparently that ran out last part, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I might have to sacrifice you in this part, Austin, if things go too bad. So don't take it personally, okay?
Skype may fall apart on us, and then suddenly, oh, well, guess you'll be doing this solo then.
Yeah. So anyway, going to the past in this level actually isn't that hard. Just do a super peel out at that spring, and bam! We're in the past! At the very beginning. Now this level, on the loading screen, it's either in the south with all those machines, or it's in the very center. It's hard to say. I mean, either way, both are pretty close to where Stardust Speedway is on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the center, and the bottom, and Stardust Speedway is like the bottom left, so... yeah, it's pretty close to both of those places. Though for some reason, I just want to say, like, Sonic never goes to the center, or he only goes to the center between levels. It's like a neutral zone or something. So we never actually see him go there. That's just my headcanon anyway.
It works.
However, another reason why you might say that this is at the bottom is because in the background of this level, not right now, but whenever you're closer to the bottom, it often looks like a giant city, which looks a lot like a lot of the buildings at the very bottom of the screen.
Definitely when you go to the future, it's kind of clear. This once was a city, and then Robotnik took over. Maybe he's just making this a makeshift hideout at this point.
Actually, in the future, it looks basically like it does in the present, just brown. I mean, that's literally it. It's just brown.
Oh, you mean for the bad future?
Yeah, the bad future. Oh.
Yeah, in the bad future, it actually looks like sort of like it just broke down.
It isn't like a huge style change like a lot of the time shifts are.
The good future, though, looks totally different.
Oh yeah, totally different.
It's like the entire place opens up, and it's like, this place has, like, stuff in the background. It's not just a bunch of mechanics. Oh! Or maybe it's just Metropolis Zone again, I don't know.
I have no idea, but anyway, here's where the machine is in this level. And it's not like you can even, like, go further in the level this way. No, this is just for the machine. You have to backtrack.
It's the only time they've actually done that all game, come to think of it.
And it makes sense because of what level this is. You know.
But there's, like, a pathway for getting the robot generator, and then a pathway just for everything else. Mm-hmm. And do you have to get hit to get out of there?
No, I was just being stupid.
I've never seen any way to actually not get hit there, but...
I'm pretty sure that I've done it before. Just not that time. It's kind of like one of those things where you can do it all the time, but then on camera you just suddenly suck. You know how that works, Austin.
Cows! Cows everywhere!
I'm sure Texty will have something to say about that. But we don't know what he'll say because he's the Slender Text and he isn't in editing yet.
I still haven't found that sound bite so I can actually show him approaching, but one of these days I'll go for a hike and tape myself through the whole thing.
Yes.
He'll follow me.
Now, for those who don't understand what we're talking about, Austin, he uses a text bubble in his Let's Plays to make like witty, sarcastic comments whenever he's not doing well, or to add in extra facts whenever he didn't mention something. And
pretty much my guaranteed co-commentator.
And we often joke that Texty is like Slenderman because you can't see where he is and you don't know whenever he's gonna appear, but you know that he's there, watching. And
always watching.
In the moment you least expect, he'll come out and strike with sarcasm!
That dreaded sarcasm. I love it, though.
Now, the past sign is up here, if I can get up. I don't remember it being so hard to go upward in this part.
Yay, Clockwork Zone.
But yeah, this is definitely the Scrap Brain Zone of the level, especially because of these little spinny things and the saw blades, and that's about it.
These spinny things are also like the easiest time travel thing in the entire game, I'd say.
Almost. Though the wacky workbench spinny things are a little bit
Oh,
easier.
yeah.
I mean, you don't even have to press down to do those.
Same with the springs in Tidal Tempest.
Alright, well, the springs also appear in several other levels.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, an important thing to note about this level is that if you go to the future or the past, in this section of the level right here, you have to go back to the present to move onward. The reason...
Yeah, they like lock you out of the entire thing.
The reason why I just went to the past is because this is how you get the machine in the level. So, in a sense, it's a lot like the last level. You know what I mean? Like, there's a specific pathway to go to get the machine, but then if you want to continue the level, you have to go the other way. Except for this, it not only involves just general pathways, but also time travel.
Yeah.
So they are serious.
And it's also technically the same pathway, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Just in a different time.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Anyway.
So anyway, just click on this button here, and I believe it is to the left if I can get into the thing. There we go. I believe I go to the left, and it's gonna be somewhere in here, I think. Maybe. Possibly. Somewhere. Nope, I think I actually went the wrong way. Oh well. If I reach a dead end, I'll just go back, and then we'll know that, yeah, I went the wrong way. So anyway, this is kind of a gimmick in the level, with these little things that spin, and we go into the background.
I like that effect of just things that just keep spinning around, and it's like, oh, there he is! It's almost like a really slow version of like a strobe light or something.
Yeah.
With curtains. Anyway.
Strobe light with curtains!
Strobe curtains! The newest in movie-making technology.
You know, for some reason I keep hearing strobe lights with Kirby. Strobe Kirby! Because curtains equal Kirby now, apparently.
So, at that point, he just gets Flashman's weapon and just sort of flashes in and out?
Yeah, I guess so. And I think I've messed this up.
You're stuck here forever!
Well, no, I'm not really stuck here. I'm just going to have a really hard time getting...
Backtracking.
Well, getting the machine.
Just don't hit any checkpoints and you should be good.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I'll just die. Here we go.
Oh, Crusher!
This is a good way to die.
Goodbye.
I mean, not like actually dying. That would, being crushed to death would probably be a very bad way of dying.
Yeah, it'd be pretty fast at least.
Eh. Well, it would depend on how fast the crusher is. Like, let's say you're on a conveyor belt, and the crusher is like gonna hit your feet first, and then it's gonna hit the rest of your body in progression. That would be, like, not comfortable at all.
But a crusher coming from the ceiling that fast, now that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, no.
I'd still rather go the Dr. Strangelove way, but that's not important.
I don't know what way that is.
Riding a nuke, falling down from the sky, about to rain, quite literally, onto your enemies. But anyway.
I see. Yeah,
Fantastic movie.
That would be an interesting way to go.
Is this the right way?
I don't remember.
Now we get to quote Gamma, this may be the wrong room.
This may be the wrong room.
Beta.
Ah, here we go. I believe that this is the direction that I need to be going. I believe it's to the left in this one. Maybe.
Looks all the same to me.
Yeah, it does get a little bit confusing that way, doesn't it?
Sameness, escape.
Yes, here it is, right here. This is the machine. So now that we've found it, we can go back to the future because we can't actually progress in the past.
We just found all the robot generators.
Yes, we did!
Guaranteeing ourselves not only a good future, but a good ending, too. In both ways.
I am a boss at Sonic CD. No, I'm not a boss, I am...
For Sonic CD aren't that good.
I am the boss of Sonic CD. The final boss that requires you to have all the time stones to fight. Which was never implemented because I don't think it was actually a thing.
that was the other thing they deleted. I'm sorry, it wasn't an actual level that they removed. It was the desert level and an extra boss for when you either got all the time stones or permanently got a good future.
Oh.
You would escape to some extra thing where Eggman actually was building something on the side as a backup that he didn't plan for in the bad ending for whatever reason. So apparently you also make Eggman smarter by getting all the time stones.
Well,
But
I
anyway.
mean, he manages to not pollute everything, so...
Yeah, and they were gonna have the whole level set up, and it would have been fantastic. And then they, especially during the remake, when they said, well, okay, we're actually gonna implement this stuff. Nope, never mind.
Nope. We decided that it
Gamers
would have been
don't want
too
new
cool.
content. They want the exact same game they played 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Oh well.
Oh well. Who knows? Maybe in
DLC.
another 20 years.
Actually, this game has been out. Wow. I feel old again.
I think I've gotten myself stuck again. Except this time for good, because I ran out of my future thingy. This is bad.
If you have like an infinitely respawning one, you know, they quite literally just got you trapped. Wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I got out. Well, I got out of that area anyway. Now I can just find another future thing and get the hamster out of here. Because there are other future things around here. I know that if I can go all the way back to the room with all the spinny things, there's a very good future thingy in there. If only I could find my way back. It's a maze, Austin!
This is the Labyrinth Zone. Oh, it makes sense. The final full act for the Scrap Brain Zone level is also the Labyrinth level.
Oh my gosh.
I see what you did there, Sega of Japan, and I'm not happy with it.
Is anybody happy with it, ever?
Yeah, I like Labyrinth Zone.
You what?
It's a fun stage. Fantastic music. Fantastic atmosphere. Gives you a sense of claustrophobia that you can't shake, like, ever. But anyway.
Austin, I'm going to have to kill you now.
So you do have to sacrifice me to the Let's Play guys.
Yes, I do.
How shall I go? Crusher? Or...
I think I'm going to use nuclear hamsters. That seems like the most appropriate method ever. And you know how I am about being appropriate.
This is the very child-friendly way to murder.
Yes. Children won't be scarred for life whenever you're eaten by hamsters.
It'll be hamsters. They're adorable.
Yes.
Guaranteed that kids won't freak out too much. And he made it! Barely.
Yes.
The wall was right there.
Finally, time traveling. Even though I didn't find the beginning of the level again, I've time traveled, and I'm awesome. And yeah, and you know what? Let's get a future sign and try to go to the good future, just because.
Oh, then you'll get trapped again.
Oh wait, yeah. Well, later. We'll go to the good future later.
Act 3?
No, I mean like later in the level.
Oh, sure.
And I am trapped. I can't get out of here.
Go back into the background.
Yeah, maybe.
And then run to the right.
Yeah, there we go.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
That's why this level's called Labyrinth Zone. I mean, Metal Madness Zone. 2.
Zone 2. So this is the second zone of the madness or whatnot.
Yes.
I don't know.
The madness has entered its second phase. You know, what if there was like a villain that was just called the Madness? Like we've had the darkness and, you know, other things that are just the blank and it's scary sounding.
The nothing.
Yes.
And the emptiness. And the nasty. Oh, that was a terrible movie.
But now we need to have the madness. Think about it, Austin.
You just go somewhere, suddenly the madness appears, and you're crazy. Congratulations.
This is eternal darkness now.
Oh, I think we're at that point. That point.
What point?
The gimmick that only appears once and still frustrates me.
Oh, you mean with the leg things?
The leg things.
These aren't too bad. I mean, it's not like anything's shooting at you while you're doing this.
Wait for it. Wait for the end.
I don't remember there ever being a problem with the end, except for maybe like a bomb. But that isn't very hard to
The bomb always gave me trouble.
Oh.
Don't mind me, I'm terrible at Toho games, so the second that this thing showed up, I would get hit by it.
Yeah, you just stand there.
You can hide? No, you can hide there?
Yeah. Anyway, here's the real gimmick of the level. It's Tiny Sonic, and I don't think that this part of the level has changed at all by the time period that you're in.
Except that you can't get to it.
Well, kind of. I mean, if you pass that one part in the present, then you can time travel and get through the rest of the level just fine.
Weird. I've never been able to do that. Then again, I haven't done much with this game, so everything I've never been able to do is essentially like me saying, yeah, I've never done that, and I can't think of a decent game I haven't... Oh, yeah, sure, I haven't done that Return to Dreamland yet. I also haven't done much with it.
Oh, trust me, I've
Epic
done
Yarn
that
would be
in
a better
Return to
example of
Dreamland. Except for this one thing. I remember someone in one of the comments one day, like, found a dark patch in one of the levels that looked like it could be a door to another room. He's like, hey, is that a door to another room? I was like, hey, I'll check that out one day. And then I never have.
I know there's like 4 different secret rooms in that game, and all of them are just really cool extra things they added. But, you know, that's me being, oh, that's awesome!
So anyway, here we have these things that come down, and they're spiky. I remember one time I managed to dodge the laser that makes you big again, somehow.
Really?
Yeah, and so
How'd you...
I have no idea how I did it. It involved the speed shoes somehow.
I don't understand that, then.
And, well, there's a reason why they have several enlarging rays.
Yeah.
It's because
They want you to finish this level as normal Sonic.
But yeah, basically, if you're Tiny Sonic there, you can actually squeeze through those, the platforms in a very interesting manner. Alright, time for the final level of the game, and it's the Good Future!
Doesn't this feel just so climactic and, I'm sorry, I never felt this being a good end to the game. The Bad Future version is fantastic, just because even Robotnik's fortress is falling apart at that point, but this,
It still has saw blades. For whatever reason.
They look so out of place. I love it,
Look
though.
at this fountain. Isn't Robotnik so considerate?
Not until this section. Oh, it's the pits.
It is, yeah, it is the pits.
The only pit in the game.
I almost died. And I died.
I wonder if they literally just thought of that last second. You would really tick off every gamer we have.
Oh, and
If we suddenly just added in one bottomless pit in the game. Made it huge.
I'd say that it's worse than Heat Man's disappearing blocks.
You think so?
Yeah, because at least...
I found a way once to glitch through it, but...
Well, I mean, with Heat Man's disappearing blocks, you can memorize the pattern. But with this, there's just so much stuff going on with the bumpers and the platforms that become intangible, and the springs, and the doorway that you can't go through half the time.
The doorway's the one thing I found a way through. I know this works on the Gems Collection version. I'm not sure if this actually worked in the original version, but the crusher that makes up the doorway is actually like 1 pixel into the walkway. So if you get to that point, you can actually hug the wall.
Yeah, like this.
Until it raises, like that. There we go.
Yeah, that's how I always get in there. If it didn't do that, I have no idea how I'd be able to get in. Which is to say, I probably wouldn't.
This would be the level that would just prevent you from completing the game ever.
Yes.
Game over and everything.
Alright, so here we have the lightning bugs from Stardust Speedway, which we never saw, because they were all dead, because we had the time stones.
In that level, they follow you around, if I'm not mistaken. Here, they just sort of blop around the screen.
Yep. And after defeating them, It's time for Robotnik, and if you saw my Sonic Generations Let's Play, you've seen me fight this boss before.
It's the Xnox logo, at least when it turns sideways.
Yeah. It's like, this is kind of an anti-climax boss.
Terrible.
I mean, even the final boss of Sonic 1 was more threatening than this.
Way more threatening. That's still one of my favorite final bosses of any game ever. Just crushophobia, electricity, done.
Instant death on everything.
This is a wheel.
You know, if they didn't give you rings or a shield, this boss would be much more threatening. It would be a final boss.
Maybe.
But it's not threatening at all. Because I mean, I'm gonna try to do this without getting hit, but if I wanted to, right now, I could just get hit and hit him right now.
Yeah.
Use invincibility time.
Use invincibility frames, defeat this thing in literally like 10 seconds. That's what I do every single time.
Yeah. I mean, just to make sure that it actually feels like a challenge to any extent, I just try to beat it without getting hit, but like that's trying to beat it without getting hit. That's something that you should have to do, like,
as a self-imposed challenge.
Yeah. Not as, oh hey, now it's a challenge at all.
Yeah. Of course, this is still, shockingly, the second hardest boss in the game.
Yeah.
Even though it's like, you know, technically the final boss is epic and, just the entire boss lineup wasn't about being difficult, and this is the only legitimate boss in the game, I'd say, as far as, you know, Sonic-styled bosses go.
Except for perhaps Wacky Workbench Zone.
Maybe.
But anyway, yeah, that was Sonic CD.
Yay, ending cartoon thing.
Well, I've enjoyed this Let's Play.
Yeah, so have I.
I got to sacrifice George to the Let's Play gods. It was fun. And Sonic releases Little Planet into outer space.
Yeah, what blew that up, by the way?
Sonic.
Just, okay, sure.
Sonic has explosion powers now.
It's raining stars. Run.
They're time stars from Kirby. Everything stars in Kirby.
Sonic's head for no reason.
Time is happy that Sonic saves the day.
No, I never got this. In this version, yeah. Why does Little Planet just blow up?
Well, it's because Little Planet is only really there during certain periods of time. And the reason why
it just turns into a question mark?
It disappears through time.
Sure.
And the reason why it stays in the bad ending is because Robotnik chained it there, so that he would be able to take it over.
Oh. Well, that makes sense.
So anyway, here we have a nice memory of all the levels that we went through. Here's
such a fantastic ending song.
Here's Collision Chaos Zone. And here's Quartz Quadrant Zone. I really love the way he takes down this guy. It's like, I wish I could do that in the game, just because.
But unfortunately, this is a 2D Sonic game.
And here's Wacky Workbench Zone.
This is probably the coolest, though.
Even though it's actually the most accurate, since it's the least accurate, since these enemies don't appear in Wacky Workbench.
And you can't defeat them by doing that.
Well, yeah. Or...
And those aren't the flowers they left.
And then here's Metal Madness at the very end of the game. Yeah, either that was Wacky Workbench and the enemies don't appear there, or that was Metal Madness and those platforms don't appear there.
Yeah.
I mean, after all, the enemies
both
were running on the ground without them bouncing everywhere. And then here's him fighting Metal Sonic in the present of Stardust Speedway.
Yeah, it still looks really cool.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wait, they went around a loop. This isn't canon. Ah!
This was never canon, Austin.
See, now it's weird. This version of the animation actually leaves out the credits, which I always thought was a little weird. Like, the credits actually don't end up rolling like they do in the original version. You're too cool!
I am too.
Presented by Sega. But, I know that in the remake, for the downloadable remake, they actually fixed that problem, and I think that actually works really well. So the credits actually show up.
So Austin, since the credits aren't here, let's talk about our thoughts on the game
Mm-hmm.
we see that everything is presented by Sega.
Everything. The world is presented by Sega.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the way, I can't change the name at all.
Weird. Is that one of those press B to select type things?
I have no idea. But anyway, I like Sonic CD. Not my favorite Sonic game, not my least favorite Sonic game. It's a good one. I like it more than Sonic 2!
Still don't understand that, but sure.
Yeah. And I think that we've done a good job on this Let's Play. I
won't deny that.
I've had some humorous fail, and it wouldn't be a Let's Play without that, but I've also done a pretty good job at the gameplay in general. I mean, I did get everything, except for the Metal Sonic things.
But you weren't going for those anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I guess I should mention one last thing about the gameplay, is that Metal Sonic, there are no Metal Sonic holograms in Metallic Madness Zone.
That's weird.
So if you're trying to get that achievement, that in the new version, don't bother looking for Metal Sonic holograms there. There aren't any.
Good thing I haven't done that yet, then.
Yeah. So anything you want to say?
Yeah, this game always struck me as this is baseline for Sonic. If a game isn't this good, I'm not going to consider it a good Sonic game, essentially. The remake is definitely worth picking up if you ever, I need to experience Sonic CD again. It has both soundtracks. The special stages have, different animations that make them look a bit smoother. And I'd say the game is overall, something about it feels a lot more fixed, if that makes any sense, than the original. So I really enjoy the remake, especially. But, yeah, it's an alright game. The Let's Play was really fun to do, though. That's always a guarantee.
Oh, most certainly.
Even if we were doing 06.
If we were doing 06, you would be the one playing.
Then I'd actually get to praise the game. Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Well, anyway, I guess that's about it. I've been Mr. Game & Pie.
I've been Austin on Sugar.
And I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. And remain sufficiently awesome.